Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. It's Code Karen. Welcome to r/Am I the A-hole, where we have 4 incredible stories. If you're new to this channel, a sub would be great. Let's jump to the stories. Our first story is, am I the a-hole for banning my husband's female friend from our house? I, 27 female, have been married with my husband, 32 male, for 3 years, and we have been dating for a little over 5. My husband has this friend, Mary, 31 female. They've known each other since they were in high school, and she's considered one of the boys, if you may. That basically means she's always invited to all the fishing trips and stuff, which I don't mind at all. I trust my husband. Well, my problems with Mary started when she first found out I'm half Romanian. It started kinda innocently, with her asking me to say certain words, teach her some insults, etc., which didn't necessarily bother me, but it usually put me on the spot whenever we were out with my husband's group of friends. It only escalated to her Googling stuff about Romania and asking me, "Are you a vampire? Do you bite your husband by the neck?" to, "Are you a gypsy? I bet you've got some of that gypsy blood in you," which is just blatantly racist. Last week, me and my husband organized a mini barbecue with our friends, and Mary was invited by my husband, despite me telling him she makes me uncomfortable. He said he had talked to her about her remarks, and she's been understanding, so it's unlikely she'll say something this time. It was midnight, and there were about 4 of us left, and I accidentally spilled some red wine on Mary's jeans when I tripped over a carpet. All heck broke loose. Mary started saying that I'm a witch and I'm trying to ruin her life, and this whole thing is part of my ritual, and I'm just an immigrant gypsy trying to ruin my husband's life, and I've poisoned my husband against her. I started crying and profusely apologizing. When she wouldn't drop it, I kicked her out and banned her from ever coming to my house again. Am I the a-hole for doing this? My husband insists that Mary was just drunk and talking nonsense, and he would talk to her. He also told me I'm way too sensitive about my heritage and I'm a jerk for banning her. Mary has since given me a half-hearted apology, but I'm still not okay with her. Our second story is, am I the a-hole for selling my daughter's car after discovering her texting and driving? When my daughter was 14, my wife and I decided we would buy a car for her to use when she turned 16, if she proved herself to be responsible, got good grades, etc. There would be a contract of sorts to ensure we were all on the same page. The stipulations were continuing: good grades, good attitude. She could only bring one friend with her somewhere, to begin with. We had to know where she was, and the obvious too: don't drink and drive, and don't text and drive. We made it clear that we were buying the car, but it was for her to use. We got the car, a 2012 Honda Civic. She has a summer job right now. It's summer break, so she's out doing stuff with her friends, etc. In a few months, she will be off to college. Everything was going swimmingly until someone on that Nextdoor app started posting pictures and videos of bad drivers in the area. And lo and behold, my daughter was posted with her face down as she texted and rolled through a stop sign, and once with her face down on her phone at a stoplight. I was livid. My wife was the one who showed it to me. We found out there were more instances from her Instagram stories, and we decided no more. My wife and I up and sold the car. We didn't lose very much in the process, except of course, our daughter completely came unraveled. "It's so unfair. I didn't hurt anyone. Everyone's doing it. How am I supposed to get to work? What about when I go to college?" Well, we said N-O. It's not unfair. You hurt us by being an irresponsible driver. And no, not everyone's doing it. You can walk, ride your bike, or take the bus. And as for college, you don't need the car to get to and from classes, and again, ride your bike or walk. She tried to play the, "how can you send your daughter to college without her safety in mind" card, and I said, well, now you're concerned about safety? And she just up and screamed. This has everyone in our life up in arms and divided. Her grandparents think we're over the top and awful, that grounding her would have sufficed. They've threatened that they will buy her a car again if we try to send her to college without one. The car is already sold. There's no going back. I think what we did was absolutely correct, that actions have consequences and we would be in the wrong to pull back from that. In terms of her going to college, well, she made that choice. She had a car, it came with certain stipulations, she disobeyed us, and now she pays the price. So, am I the a-hole for loving my daughter enough to take away her car? Our third story is, am I the a-hole for having a wedding and not disclosing we were already legally married? About 2 months ago, my husband and I got married in a beautiful ceremony. It was so much fun. We went on a honeymoon after. The price tag makes me wheeze, but my parents were insistent on paying for 95% of it, saying it's their only daughter's wedding. As a result, the wedding was way more fancy than something my husband and I could afford. My husband and I paid the rest. His family did not contribute, which is fine. The wedding was lovely, but missing one piece: the marriage license. About a year and a half ago, I was going through some serious health issues. The issues are resolved now, thankfully. I had recently graduated from school and didn't have health insurance. My husband and I decided to get married so I could join his health insurance. It was a quick justice of the peace ceremony. We were always planning to have a ceremony at some point in the future. A few months after that, he proposed, something I didn't see coming. The wedding occurred, and here we are today, planning for kids. Very few people knew we got legally married about a year and a half ago. We weren't trying to be deceptive. However, part of it was that I wasn't comfortable revealing my health issues. My husband respected this. My parents knew about our legal marriage, but his mother did not. His mom, I'll call her Carol, and I aren't close. She's fine enough in low doses, but anyway. We're currently in the process of moving. This past weekend, his mother came to help us pack up things. As we were packing files, birth certificates, social security cards, etc., somehow our marriage license must have slipped out. Carol picked it up and kept insisting we needed to frame it. And then she noticed the date. Carol lost it. She insisted we lied to everyone. She said our wedding ceremony was just a gift grab. Our wedding website stated that someone's presence was gift enough. We still got many generous gifts, and we are forever grateful. Carol called her twin sister, my husband's aunt, and the sister called and lashed out at us. She said we were sneaky and deceptive. She is saying she may want her gift back, something we are fine with. For me and my husband, the legal wedding was just so I could get insurance, a means to an end. Our wedding date is what we will celebrate. Are we a-holes for not being more upfront? I've been really upset and confused and waffle back and forth. My husband insists we are not a-holes. Our last story is, am I the a-hole for refusing to accept my parents' gift and then walking out on them? So I'm close to graduating high school and have been applying to universities and looking at some, by doing the tours and stuff. My parents decided to give me a gift for when I graduate. It's $10,000 towards my university costs. I remember screaming and hugging my parents and thanking them. That was until I found out the terms and conditions. I can only go to 2 universities. They're the ones closest to my parents. And they gave me a selection of courses I can pick from. Surprisingly, an art degree is not one of them. So, I told my parents that I can't accept the gift, as I don't want to abide by their terms and conditions. I also told them it was kind of jerky of them to pay me to do what they want me to do. I explained that I now feel bad for being super excited because I definitely can't accept their gift now, knowing what the rules are. This caused a massive fight where I was called ungrateful and that I'm not a nice daughter. So I walked out of the house and have been staying with a friend until this cools off. Reflecting back, I do think that I might be the a-hole, but I'm unsure, so I've come to you. I will accept any judgment. Comment below.